how to cold email with AI. If you're an intermediate, beginner, or even an advanced level, I can almost guarantee that if you watch this video through, you're going to find a way to make money from this video. And that's the whole goal. I want to give you as many ways of making money with AI, with cold email as possible. Why should you listen to me? Well, I run a cold email lead generation agency currently, working with 5 to 7 clients across the board, sending around 75,000 cold emails in the last month. And I've been running campaigns for my clients that are getting positive responses every 200 emails sent. If anybody has ever been in the cold email space, those numbers are quite good. Right. So let's get right into it. Do you want to make money? Do you want money? Right. That's my question. Do you want money? This is a very simple question, right? What does money need? You need meetings, right? And I'm so confident in this talk that if you don't learn something that makes you money in the next, it says 10 minutes, but this will probably be a bit longer. Email me and I'll pay your hourly wage for the time you spent reading this. I'm that confident because I put so much time into this. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to waste no more time. So the executive summary. Everyone wants to write AI with cold emails nowadays. You want to marry the two. It's AI this, AI that. It's the new gold rush, and to be honest, they're not wrong. Okay, like obviously the people selling the shovels are making the most money. Cough cough, Nvidia, but generally it's the new gold rush. If you want to succeed in the new AI landscape and not just cold email in general, you need to learn how to use AI that isn't something you can just this isn't something you just like want to learn or it's like something you can just like go about and be like, oh, like maybe I can learn AI or maybe like ChatGPT or how to run some like backend stuff. No, you have to. You literally have to. I have seen the numbers, okay? And obviously some campaigns are going well, even if you don't use AI. But the number is slowly getting smaller and smaller. And if you don't learn how to use AI within the next probably a couple of years, you're gonna get left behind. And like this doc, even bar like running this in cold email, you're gonna get basics for how to run other systems within systems with AI, and you'll understand as I go along. So, or else, like you're going to lose. You're going to lose. This is just plain simple, simple English. You're going to lose. So if you're brand new to the AI game, and you don't know shit, or if you're a no-lifer that does this for a living, I guarantee you'll find some value in this. So let's get right into it. So now that we have that out of the way, this is a disclaimer. AI is just an amplifier of you as a person. If you suck, right, the AI will suck. Okay, right? It can't fix something that's broken. Not yet, anyways. So cold email is getting harder. Let's let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Cold email is getting more saturated. It's no surprise to anybody that cold email is getting infinitely more difficult. There are 300 billion emails sent worldwide every single day. 300 billion. Can we just fathom that number? 300 billion. There's like 8.5 billion on Earth. That means the same people are receiving, like, obviously not all of them are cold email, but 300 billion. That means everybody is getting an email at least, oh God, I think it's 35 times a day. And you want to catch someone's attention with a templated email, good luck. Apart from that, Google and Microsoft are cracking down on cold emails more than ever. If anybody was around for the last few months, that Google seriously, like Google and Microsoft just completely just something just decided to break in their servers, and the whole emailing infrastructure just went down. And yeah, it was very unprecedented, but this is what I'm saying. So what's the goal? Outsmart these multi-trillion-dollar corporations while making money in the meantime. And AI is the key. You just need to open the right doors. So the way this works is I'm going to have a ranking system because people will see like, oh, AI and tech, and this is going to be a bit more difficult. And like, I'm not going to lie, there's going to be some tech and it's going to be some like really easy. So just so we're all on the same page, everything will have an a rating scale from 1 to 3, 4 to 7, and 8 to 10. So basically 1 to 10. I should have just said 1 to 10, right? Beginner 1 to 3. A baby could do this. So no insult, guys. If you don't know how to, we'll leave it there, right? Moderate is 4 to 7. If you've used a computer, you should be fine. Okay, just stay with me here. And the last one is expert. So you should probably learn to code at this stage, right? You kind of need to understand some of the backend to make some of this work. So basics to a high converting cold email. So again, AI is just an amplifier for you as a person. So you need to know how to write high converting cold email before you try to amplify anything, because you could just amplify a pile of poo into a bigger pile of poo. Like it doesn't it doesn't work. So before we try and do anything fancy with AI, you need to know how to write a high converting email. So here's the TLDR. Sub 50 words, highlight the benefits to them, relevancy, strong offer, quantifiable outcome, and a risk reversal. Say you more than I, and personalization, which is optional, which is what we're doing now. So yeah, and then with that, I'm also going to set out the AI process, and this is the order in which I set up my campaigns. So first I need to run market research, and this is all going to be done with AI, obviously. So market research, workflow tools, lookalike searches, lead validation, retargeting, spin tax, personalizing cold emails, and secret to good prompts. So market research, this is going to be level 2. So basically a baby could do this, guys. Just know how to open ChatGPT and log in. So one of the keys to a high converting email is relevancy. A way to make an email more relevant is to know your prospect better than they know themselves. There's a reason the best businesses optimize around their messaging and product market fit, i.e. Y Combinator, and basically everything they've ever done is just product market fit. They solve the problems better than the product's prospects understand themselves. So prompt to find pain points. So this is a very simple prompt, right? It'll just give you a general idea. I'm currently trying to research the main pain points of niche, so maybe digital marketing agencies with problem. So they have a certain problem, they're not able to generate clients, or maybe CRM management. Give me 20 problems they might have and give me 3 subpoints that lead to that problem. Again, very easy, guys. You can do this. Problem to solve the pain points. I run a type of agency that helps niche get end result in time frame. Can you position my offer in a way that solves all these problems? So you do this after this. To get these, by the way, this will be in the description below. It'll be very simple. It'll just be no paywall, and which is stupid, I think. And there's gonna be no email. Like you just open it and you'll get access. So moving on. With these prompts, you'll have enough ammo to keep you busy in your niche for the rest of your life. Maybe not the rest of your life, but you'll be busy. And there's a funny gift. So workflow tools. So this is the next part in the AI process, and you need to kind of go through everything. So who to use? There's a few on the market currently that I know of. Maybe there's a few that I also don't know of, but these are the ones that have been performing the best. So Clay, everyone has kind of heard of Clay. DataBar, BitScale, Google Sheets, right? And people are like, oh, you can run. I've never heard of DataBar, BitScale, and obviously everyone's heard of Google Sheets, but how do you run Google Sheets? I'll explain. I'll be going through the pros and cons of each and how to use them. So Google Sheets, this is about a level 4, so just use a laptop, like should be okay. Out of the 4, I can almost guarantee you've used Google Sheets. Its main uses are information storage, data manipulation with formulas. I'm going to show you how to turn Google Sheets into a workflow tool. This is a video, so here's this video here will bring you to basically the entire setup process with Google Sheets and how you can get that for like lifetime and stuff. But again, I won't like give you the whole like step down because obviously like this is a different video. So if you're too busy to spend 20 minutes watching my handsome face, here are a few steps. So buy Sheet Magic. So Sheet Magic is basically it's a way of interlinking AI, which is basically ChatGPT OpenAI, into Google Sheets. And again, this will be gone through in this video here. You register a license, you input your OpenAI key, and again, it'll be in the video, and you read the documentation. So you're basically just only using the AI feature. And you just write some fire prompts, and then you write some pretty incredible emails on how like that works. You now have AI in Google Sheets well done. Apart from, I guess, like just Google Sheets, like in general, like this is just one of those like instead of like just cold emails in general, this is one of those things you can definitely use in your day-to-day life. Like it's just one of those things. So this is just the tip of the iceberg, and I'll be going through the rest in a second. So when using AI in Google Sheets, AppScript, which is the API calling on the Google Sheets, has a limiter on usage. You can only do 20,000 a day for a personal and 100,000 a day for a professional email. So if you're doing volume, make sure you know about this. Also, I've run AppScript on a professional email, and even though it says it's 100K, it limited me on 20K. So Google Sheets is just giving me a hard time, but that's just a whole other thing. So BitScale and Clay. So this is level 6. It goes a bit kind of up the food chain, and it definitely gets a little bit more complicated. So if you're running about 30K plus API calls a day, which is about like 30K API calls a day, you're running probably about 5 to 10 euros a day in like credits for or tokens for OpenAI. You should 100% be exploring these workflow tools. The best way of describing these is they're just basically a glorified Google Sheets. It's just a glorified Google Sheets with no API limits. Anything done in Google Sheets can be done here. They just make it 10 times easier or 100 times easier to do so. You don't need much tech or any, like, you don't need much or like any tech knowledge at all, realistically, for these ones. So again, use a laptop, should be okay. Obviously, it looks kind of more complicated. So I use Bitscale primarily for now, and here's a quick video on how to use it. So it'll be in here. And this is basically me going through using Bitscale and just like running through. You can do the same thing in Clay, it's not a big deal. So again, that's level 6. So I'll be going more in depth on how to use these in just a second further on. And then data bar, which is about a level 7 to about a level 8. I'll be honest, I haven't used data bar much. It's just in here so you guys know it like exists. It's more complicated than like Google Sheets, Clay, and Bitscale because I've looked at it. It's definitely more complicated. So it's not for the faint of heart, but if you think that's something up your alley, go have as much fun with them as you like. But with these other three, you'll be fine. So lookalike searches. This is very, very simple, right? It's not difficult. So I'm going to say most things are really important in the stock, but this is like really important, right? I'm not sure if you realize this, but it's kind of like when you watch a TV show like Peaky Blinders, if anybody's seen that, shout out. And it was really good, and a prequel is released, and you're scared to watch it to not destroy the series. Like it's that type of important, you know? Like it's just that good, right? You have to understand how to run lookalike searches. So now that that's out of the way, what is a lookalike search? It's when you take a group slash ICP, find characteristics you want slash don't want, and then find people with similar characteristics. So when you build any leads list at all, it's some form of lookalike search. But Liam, this doc is about AI. How is this relevant? Is probably the next question. It's a good question. The fun really happens when you have an AI lookalike search. So this is where you have a company and AI that automatically categorizes and identifies potential matches based off their online activity, tags, negative keywords, and positive keywords. So like again, this is just an assumption, but it's done with tags and keywords since that's how I do it manually. So I'm just gonna assume AI does it at a better scale. So it looks kind of like this. Like if you have a company that's negative and like keywords and positive keywords kind of like overlap, and it's like all right, and you can keep going like this. But if you run all three, it's perfect. So softwares I use are Ocean.io and Panda Match. So these guys are brilliant. You should definitely have a look at them. And the way they operate is, let's say you put in Apple.com or Samsung or crypto or something. It'll basically spit out lookalike searches of those exact people, and you can basically email them and you'll be like, yeah, so this is like this exact person, and it's like, okay, I can help you. So if you let's say you worked with an ecom client, right? And they're in the ecom industry, obviously. You can put that in this software and just be like, look, like this is a person like I've helped. Please give me lots of people similar to this person that like that are the exact same ecom store, and I can just be like, I helped this exact store do this thing, and can you find me more? And it's like, yeah, you can just email them and just be like, I helped this store do this. Like I literally have the exact framework. You have the exact same business. Let me just like put it in your business. It's just like it just works. So these are the main ones on the market right now. I'd 100% give them a try, even if it's a free trial to test it. When you mix this with AI copywriting, you have the makings of a money machine. Like I'm talking a legit money machine. Like you're going to make so much money. So the tip, if you're lead gen or you're not even lead gen at all, I run two campaigns for my clients. One is a sniper campaign with a small leads list using lookalike audiences, around 500 leads, with defining traits of my prospect or past case studies. So the second is a broad lookalike search with around 3,500 to about 6,000 leads per campaign. This way you have two campaigns running. One is like hyper sniper and one is like just kind of like a general broad one. And obviously you'll personalize both. So level 5, this is validating leads. And when you pull leads from a database, it's impossible to have them all be your ideal client. It's literally impossible. Like databases will be wrong. This is a fact. This is a matter of life and death. No, it's not. But they how do I describe this? But that's put me off a bit. Yeah, they have to be like they won't all be your ideal client. From my experience, it's about 30%, and I've done this a lot. This means that when you start an email campaign, it takes about 30% longer to complete with no benefit. That's a lot of time. In that 30%, you could be reaching out to 30% more people. That's 3,000 people if you're contacting 10,000 leads. And also you'll get marked as spam more. So like let's say I gave this example before, but let's say you're an automation company and you email another automation company. offering automation services. Well, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Because like that doesn't make any sense, does it? And yeah, and you'll get marked as spam more, which is the main problem. So to solve this, you're going to use AI. And here's a video going through the entire process. I literally validate like I remember doing it the other day. It was like 7,000 leads. It was brilliant. Um, Specifically, they didn't want to work with roofers because the roofer market was too competitive. So they run SEO for basically home improvement, and I pulled a full list of basically home improvement and like contractors and all that stuff. And then what I did was I just got their site details and I just ran it through and asked it like, is this a roofer? I'll put yes or no. If it's a yes, we're not going to use it. And it got rid of like 10% of the list. It was great. I was like, oh my god. So if you're too lazy to watch that, here's the step by step. Utilize Zenro scrapers like Zenro's, or utilize site scrapers like Zenro's, Scrapefly, SheetMagic, Claygen, right? I'll go into what these are a bit more, but basically these are just site scrapers where when you scrape the first page of the site, it'll get all the information and bring it back to you, and you can put it back inside this like Google Sheet type thing. And what I recommend is if you want to do this with Google Sheets, you're gonna have to understand code. Not even I'm bothered to do that because that's a whole lot of effort. If you want to do it without it, you're gonna have to go to Clay or Bitscale. The goal is to get information from the first page of the website. Pick one of the workflow tools above to use, import a leads list, go to OpenAI, get an API key and connect it to the workflow tool. Connect the site scraper above to the workflow tool, follow documentation, scrape the site's first page. Again, I can't like go in and tell you like what is like the scraping. Make sure to use a prompt that looks like this. I'm going to provide you with the first page content of the business from their website. Your goal is to determine if the business is in the industry obviously. If it is in industry, output yes. If it isn't, output no. Here's the summary. Very simple. You have to know how to scrape sites. This is essential to everything else you do in AI. Like you literally need to understand this. And if you don't want to use Zenrose or Scrapefly, you can use like Claygen. Like there's built-in stuff in Clay and Bitscale where like you can do it if you're a toddler. Like you literally just have to ask it. Like Claygen, you just give it a prompt and just be like, please scrape the site. Tell me what this company is. Blah. Right. So like you need to know how to scrape AI. I'm just saying this because these are cheaper and you can definitely run it. At scale, it gets a bit more expensive. So congrats, your campaigns are now 30% more effective. And this is the basis of doing some wizardry with AI, like some serious wizardry. Yeah. So moving on. This is a nice Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If anybody's seen that show, good show. So formatting names with AI. So this is level 5. Like you should be fine. This is fairly easy. So I was talking to a lead generation friend recently, and they spend from afternoon to evening making company names conversational. Is that how you spell conversational? C-O-V-R-S-S? I think there's an S. I think there's supposed to be an S in there. We'll leave that be. Uh, Basically, the guts of 6 hours to start a Google Sheets, or when it can be done with AI in a couple of seconds. And thankfully, he no longer does that. And yeah, thankfully, he no longer does that. I helped him. Yeah, yeah, just he doesn't. And here's a video going through the whole process. So again, this is just kind of the background and the backend and how it works. But again, if my face is too scary, here's the step by step. So you pick a workflow tool. I'm going to be like cutting down on what I say because like I'm not going to keep repeating like these exact tools, like you know what they are. So pick a workflow tool, import your leads into a system, segment. Wow, I really cannot spell. Segment company names, and then use this exact prompt. So you will be given a company name for a company. Your goal is to take the company name and remove any irrelevant information like Ltd, .com, LLC, etc., or locations like institute, country, indicators like UK, EU, etc., and format it properly. Remove any generic words in the name like solution, social media, scientific, etc. What I recommend is if you see lots of like if you run this prompt and there's lots of names that are like getting through, like let's say marketing or something, you add it into the prompt and then rerun the prompt. So shorten the name to one word. I would say 1 to 2. So I'm gonna just add that in 1 to 2 words. And words. Only output the formatted company name by itself. Never say company name or formatted company name. Example input Raven Capital Management. Example output Raven. Example input Econolease Financial. Example output Econolease company name, and you put it in here. You've just saved yourself a couple hours and made your campaigns like 100 times more effective because it just works like that. So this is retargeting. So this is a fairly new and underrated use of not just AI but tech in general. Right? Sites like retention.com, or B2B.com, Signature.com have found ways of locating and identifying people that visit your website legally, right? Which is the main problem. You need to do it legally and not bypass and break lots of laws around privacy laws. So this is simply one of the most broken cheat codes I've ever seen for a cold email. The example I like to give is if you own a supermarket and you go around chasing people to buy from your store. Like you just go around and they're outside and they're walking around, you're like, please come into my store. Right? That's not gonna work. Or you could wait for someone to enter your store and if they don't buy it, you chase them down. And then like they obviously showed interest intent. They came into your store for a reason and they're like 100% more likely to buy. From what I can see, AI and warm traffic emailing is going to be the future of cold email. Like, seriously, it's going to be the future. And know what region you're in, the laws and repercussions you face if you break them. Do not be an idiot and just take this at face value. They figured out how to go around the laws for a reason. You need to comply, right? Comply with the law. Every country has some sort of data protection law. Don't be dumb, and you should be okay. It's not worth the hassle of getting tracked down by the FBI or something. No, it's just not worth it. So spin taxing. This is level 3, and this is super easy. You should be fine looking at this. So this is a really quick module since when you work with AI, you don't really need spin tax. For the guys that don't know what spin tax is, the TLDR is instead of hi Terry for 10,000 emails, you want to do hi, hey, hello, howdy, Terry. This means it'll rotate between the words to stop spam checkers from noticing. So to prompt AI to do this faster, give it a prompt. Currently working with an outbound email campaign. I'm going to provide you with a copy of the email. Your job is to spin tax the email to avoid the email getting caught by spam checkers. Make sure to format the spin tax like this: random, hi, hey, hello. Here's the copy. It's really simple. Make sure whatever email sending platform you're using actually uses this spin tax. Like this is just for Instantly because I use Instantly, but that's obviously like whatever you're doing on your end. So the syntax for each platform is different. Go learn it and don't be lazy. Like literally, just don't be lazy. Okay. Yeah, just go learn it. So email copywriting. Now we've discussed. Now everything we've discussed today is just a warm up to using AI in cold emailing. I'm being serious, right? You're about to make some serious money. I'm going to assume you understand the basics of email copywriting. If not, go to this doc here. This is the cold email like basics doc. It's another one that's in here. There should be another video on it as well. So now we continue. My singular objective when sending a cold email is to get that person on a call. That's the singular objective, right? Because over email, you cannot objection handle. You give them, like, obviously you have to give them, how do I describe this? You can give them what they ask for. So if they ask for, let's say pricing, you have to give them kind of a range. And like, you just can't objection handle on a call. Like you need to use your nice little like tactics and stuff and work around and figure out how to sell them. And obviously that's a whole thing on your end. But they must perceive that they will receive value from their precious time, attention, and ultimately money. That's how you get them on the call. And this diagram of Alex Hormozy explains it. You have the dream outcome, you have the perceived likelihood of achievement, you have the time delay, and you have the effort and sacrifice. And this equals value, right? And if you want to get them on a call, the value has to trump this, their time, attention, and ultimately money. So most bad cold emailers only have 1 to 2. A select few good direct response copywriters will have 3, and the best will have all 4. This is a template email that I see everywhere. We can help you increase your revenue by 30% in 30 days. So this has the dream outcome, which is increased revenue, and it has time delay. That's about it. We can help you increase your revenue by 30% in 30 days on a done for you basis. Then obviously this is like we're going another step up. This has a dream outcome, time, effect, and sacrifice. What's missing is the perceived likelihood of achievement. And this is what most people are trying to figure out how to do actually properly. I genuinely think that most copywriters are missing this last bit. Seriously, this is something I have actually I've been thinking on a lot, and I actually think this is what most are missing. So how do you help them think you can do what you say you do? Because like if they don't think like you can throw a guarantee, but realistically, if you can't do what you say you do, then what's the point? So the few ways are case studies. Obviously, if you help someone exactly the same as me, then it's fine. Like I know you can do that. Past value slash experience. So like if you're like an industry veteran, you're like, okay, so this person has authority. And it's like this person, if they want to help me, they can help me. The next one is being human. For the reason I say being human is because a lot of emails, when you send them, just sound robotic. And when they sound robotic, humans assume robot, and robot assumes you're not real, right? And then the last one is research. So I'm going to be honing into human and research. Business owners are hit so often with cold emails, they've become numb to it. The reason cold emails don't perform is 90% due to this. So let's try this again with the human aspect in research done. We could help you increase your revenue by 30% in 30 days on a done for you basis. Just to show we're serious, I've done some research into competitor name and there's a few ways they're taking your customers. Now, just think about it. You have everything else, but you now have a human aspect. Just to show we're serious, I've done some research into competitor. So it's like the perceived likelihood of achievement has gone up because you've done research and they think that you have actually researched their market, their competitors, these people. And I say like they think because you're going to do this with AI. Yeah, and just like that, you're now different to everybody else, including all of the pros in the game. So how do we do that? So prepare yourself. You're about to get your mind blown. I won't say that word, but you're about to get your mind blown. Like seriously, okay? And this is literally going to be the next 10 minutes of just pure money making tactics. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. To be specific, nearly 10. So, personalizing first lines. So this is the first one. So this is one of the easier ones. You'll have a few routes to go down. I'll focus on two in particular, person or company personalization. So examples, personal. Hi, first name. Saw your recent achievements at company name. Pretty impressive how you helped them do X. So it's you doing research. You actually looked into them. It's a personalized to that person. Next one is hi, company name. Saw company help ICP by a unique mechanism. Figured I'd reach out. So it's like you've done research into a company. They help these type of people and they use this mechanism. This is a good branch for later on in the email, but it shows you did your research. Or you could do like hi first name, saw company name's recent achievement from your Instagram. Figured I'd reach out. So how do you do this? So personal, this is going to be a level 4 one, right? This is only, I need to clarify, this is only if you're running the Clayagent or the Bitscale AI that searches the internet. So the best places to personalize first lines for a person in particular will always be from the LinkedIn. Like always, because like LinkedIn is like the holy grail of information. And if you get your leads from Apollo, generally you'll be given a LinkedIn lead as well, or a LinkedIn link as well, since their database is off LinkedIn. So you have the link. How do you get the information? If you're running Clay or Bitscale, they have a built-in LinkedIn scraper. It's legit that easy. Like it can get expensive, but the way it works is they just go and they go get the link and they run some funny backend stuff with the code and it just scrapes it and now you have all the information. Like it's not that difficult. Level this is level 8 to 9, right? You're definitely gonna have to run some APIs and stuff in the back end. So again, tech people, stay with me here. The next option on using APIs from external site scrapers, sites like Scrapefly, Zenrose, Rapid API, Applify, Phantom Buster can be integrated into Clay or Bitscale, and it's like 100 times cheaper. And yeah, so again, you'll need to have some base level understanding of code to like delve into this. If you have money to throw around, just hire someone, right? It's actually like if you don't understand this, it might not be worth your time unless you're young and you want to get into code. Truthfully, like I know a bit. I don't know as much as I'd like to, but I know enough to like play around with this stuff. So you'll need to do some tweaking with the data and only look for things you need. But generally, if you can scrape your data, you'll know how to work with the data. Like it's truthfully just like that. Um, yeah, you'll know what to do at that point. So this is the prompt to personalize line. I'm going to provide you with the information on a LinkedIn profile. Your goal is to find any relevant information on the person and any noteworthy achievements they may have. Your goal is to then write an opening personalized first line for a cold email for them. It should fit into this sentence under 20 words. Saw a personalized point on your LinkedIn, pretty impressive. Here's their profile. Like it's not difficult. This is just a prompt. The next one is company. So scraping from company is definitely a lot easier than I guess the LinkedIn one. So personalizing a company's first line is way easier. From this, you have two options. LinkedIn scraping. So if you got the Apollo data, the chances is that you have the company's LinkedIn is pretty high. I'd recommend you follow the exact same steps as above. And obviously, that's one thing. And it's actually not too bad. Well, it depends because if you, for some reason, company LinkedIn can be dead sometimes. It'll just be dead in the water, just like swimming around and flowing. So, like, it works, but the personal one is usually more active. Then the next one is site data. So this one I rank this as level 8 because again you need some backend and some tweaking, but this one I actually have a video. So for this, you follow the validation process that was laid out. I'll repeat it here so you don't have to go back. So here's a video going through kind of like the whole process of like personalizing emails via the site. So utilize scrapers like Zenro, Scrapefly, Cheat Magic Agent. The goal is to get information from the first page of the website, pick one of the workflow tools, import the leads list, OpenAI API, connect the site scraper above to the workflow tool, follow documentation. This is the prompt used. So I'm going to provide you with the site content from a website. Your goal is to write a personalized first line for a cold email referencing their site. Keep the output smart and to the point in less than 20 words. And this should give you what you need to personalize the site to them. So that's one. We have like 9 more, I think. It's something like that. This is probably you right now. There's a lot going on. I'm not gonna lie. This took me about a year to figure out, and once I figured it out, it's the biggest money unlock in the world. So if it was easy, then everyone would do it. So yeah, this is probably you. This is your brain. Stuff just looks kind of crazy. You better be learning something, as that's just the first of many. And remember, if you don't learn anything, which I severely think you would have learned something by now, like I'll pay you. Okay, hello. Something decided to break, but we're on Find Competitor now. This angle is insanely good for provoking people. The angle I like to take is competitor is taking your business. This works for big businesses, but if you target small to medium service-based businesses, this will 100% book calls. I can almost guarantee, I can bet my life savings. Like when you go up to someone and be like, "Oh yeah, so that person across the street is taking your business. I can fix the problem. Would you like to call?" Yes. So there's 2 ways of going about this. And this is generally, I say level 5. So this is because if you're using the scrapers again for Clayagent and Bitscale, they have the similar scrapers. So Bitscale and Clay have their built-in AI scrapers that scrape the internet. You can basically ask it, please find me 3 direct competitors of company in their local area. That's fine. If you have money to throw around and you have a smaller town, total addressable market, like this is fine. You can run this. This will do the job. But when you do this for 10,000 leads at a time, I'm not spending $400 on 10,000 leads. It's just not happening. It's just not happening. So here's a method to do the same for $4 to $6. Again, this is level kind of 9 to 10 is 10-ish. You're going to need to know some API backends. So find a platform that has a search operator API. I personally use Serper.dev. That's just me. They have some good backends. The pricing is pretty well laid out. And they have some other features like API functions that I like to take advantage of. You import the leads from a source that provides location into your workflow. So this means that if you import leads from, let's say, Apollo, you should have their like site, of course, and then you're also going to need their company type and their location. And I'll explain in a second. So to get the company type, you follow the steps to scrape the site's first page. So then you use this prompt. So you basically what you have to do is you need to follow the past steps of scraping the first page of the site. And like I said, that is very important because you literally use it for everything. Then you use this prompt. You will be provided with site data from a business. Your job is to output the main service they provide and only have it output like this. So type companies. So you want it like this. Always have the companies at the end. Example output concrete companies, and you input the site data. So it's very simple, right? And then at this stage, you now need to make an API request to your platform that looks like this. So if you run an API request, it's company type. So whatever you got from this. So concrete companies in, oh God, I don't know any states and cities. Shoot. I don't know any of them. Yeah, whatever. Just say Texas. And what happens is you'll get a search term back that looks like this. So this is my website, obviously. But you basically, the return output will have title and snippets from the first 10 search results. Obviously, if you can go further than that, but generally, this is a title and this is a snippet. And the goal is you then put all of those titles and snippets into ChatGPT and you give it this output. I'm going to provide you with the title and snippet of a search result for a company type extracted. Yeah, so it's just company type in company city and company state. Your goal is to take the results and output the top 5 companies in that niche in that area. Make sure to never include company name. So this is the initial company in the output. So you're not emailing them saying they are a competitor to themselves. Make sure to only output the competitor and have them in a sentence separated by a comma, like this, comma one, or like company one, company two, company three. The reason I do this is because I'll then be able to take this and separate it out via comma. Make sure to take the company name and remove any irrelevant information like ltd.com, LLC, etc., or locations like institute, country indicators like UK, EU, etc., and format it properly. Remove any generic company names like solutions, company, social media, scientific, financial, loans, capitals, the, etc. Shorten a name to 1 to 3 words to make sense in it. To make sense in a sentence, make sure to not output the anybody that is government related. Schools, universities, public bodies, military, they must be companies that aim to make a profit. That is a mouthful. Again, this is going to be in the document below, so you can just take that prompt and just throw it into your own GPT. And then you get an output that looks like this. And once you have this, you can do whatever you want for this, and that includes booking a disgusting amount of meetings. So, making ideas level 6 to 7. So this is one of those emails that everyone should have in their arsenal. The concept is based off reciprocity. Um, love the book by Robert B. Cialdini. Influence, have a read. It's like 600 pages, or no, it's like 4. Let's not exaggerate. It's like 4. Um, so give first, and then you ask. So how do you do this with AI? The best way is to show that you did research into them and you gave ideas on how to grow their business. One of my clients is able to get people on any publication. The best way of incorporating this is to give them ideas of headlines to use in their post. Emails look like this. Hi, first name. Seems my last few emails weren't enticing enough. Just wanted to reach out with a few headline ideas I had in mind for company. Company name. I basically whitewash your names because I didn't want to like do that. So company name: Capital, transforming real estate financing with tailored solutions for every investor. Unleashing opportunities, capital's expertise in non-recourse loans for high leverage deals, navigating complexity, blah blah blah. So as you can see, it's an email basically saying, I can do this for you. I've already done some of it. Would you like to actually see how this works? So now you have someone that's like, this guy has actually just sent an email to me, but you've actually just sent the same email to like 10,000 people that are all different. So you can also change this out for, let's say you're on SEO. Hey, name, there's a few keywords that I was just looking around and I think your business can run. Let's say you're doing plumbing. Uh, oh, I don't do SEO. I couldn't tell you, but you get the point. Or maybe you're running like ads or something. Yeah, I don't do SEO. And you just do this for like 10,000 people. It's pretty elaborate when you think about it. It's actually like, this is really powerful. So how to do this? You'll need to scrape your page with the methods from before. With the site data, ask GPT to make a summary of it, then give it a prompt. This is the prompt. Using the input, create ideas of what you do. So this is, let's say, SEO, maybe Facebook ads. You're the CEO that can get them on any publication for a company to get more customers. The ideas have to be possible with platform / unique mechanism. So let's say let's say you're running like ads or something. You're like, the ideas have to be possible with Facebook or Meta ads. Like it has to be possible. This is the input, and you give the summary. Be specific and give unique advice. Keep each idea under 20 words and use strategies that use platform unique mechanism. Make sure to only output 3 bullet points. Don't have anything in bold. I've had that happen. They like do the markdown and have it in bold. It's really annoying. And then copy and paste, repeat for 10,000 leads. Again, this is booked me discussing amount of meetings, so you should probably do this. Reference product / service. Oh, brother, we have way more. Let's keep this going. This is a more subtle change in your emails. So the idea is to make it more relevant to your prospect. And remember, relevancy sells. Actually, I'm going to get some water. Just stick around. That's some good water. So here's an example from a campaign I sent out. Email A. We've built out a system for businesses like company name that generates 5 to 15 adequate clients each month. Email B. We've built out a system for businesses like company name that generates 5 to 15 adequate donor air clients with realistic expectations each month. Email B outperformed email A by a country mile. I may have gotten more responses saying I did get more, not a clinic response, but the meetings booked. I can't English. Basically, this is saying, wow, I actually can't English. This basically was, I sent out this email and lots of people came back saying like, we're not a clinic. But I booked way more meetings from it, so it's okay. So that's where I should be validating leads a bit more, which is just a mistake on my end. So you'll need to scrape your page with the methods again from before. With this site data, ask GPT to make a summary of this. Told you this would be important, and then you use this prompt. I'm going to provide you with site content of a business. Your goal is to find out who they help and how they help them with unique mechanism and save time, money, or help them make more money. It should fit into this sentence, under 20 words. Saw you help people, company, mission, what they do by mechanism, and wanted to reach out. Here's the site. Awesome. So that's short and sweet. So let's move on. It's very simple and it doesn't take a lot. So reference how they help their ICP. So this is another nice little simple one that you can run and definitely doesn't take as much brain power or back end as you think you do. So this is another nice one to show that you did your research. Simply put, you just reference how they help their ICP. It's good to highlight how your product can help them get more ICP later in their email. So it'll look something like this. Saw company name, helped ICP get desired results with unique mechanism. And then the way this will work is like, hi name, saw company, helped ICP get desired result with unique mechanism. Just clarify, we can help you find more of this ICP using this exact method. And you write the second half with AI as well. Again, steps are exact same. I'm not going to go through them again. And the prompt is, I'm going to provide you with the site content of a business. Your goal is to find out who they help and how they help them with unique mechanism and save time, money, or help them make more money. It should fit into this sentence. Saw you help people/companies, mission of what they do, my mechanism, and wanted to reach out. Here's the site. So very simple. This is another one. So again, this is I'm just trying to give you an idea of what actually exists in the market, what you can actually do. Because once you understand this, you have the world at your fingertips. So determine case study match. This is level 6 or 7. So have you ever worked with a company that works with everyone and they say I don't have a niche? My product is universal. This drives me crazy when they say that. But the customer is always right, aren't they? So the idea behind this is if a company has a few different case studies from a few different industries and you don't want to run a lookalike search, this fixes that. The idea is you give AI the case studies that they've worked with and match it with the leading question. So let's say you run a broad lookalike search, right? This isn't like the super sniper one. And you want to match up a case study to this business. So what you do is you scrape the site, you ask GPT to make a summary, and you ask it to use this prompt. Then you go this. Okay, so this one's a bit longer. So I'm going to provide you with a company and a list of case studies and what benefit/percentage increase they got. Your output should look something like this. We're helping companies like company do outcome in 90 days without in date, that's time frame, without pain related to industry. Or if you are given a company that isn't in the list of case studies, use this output. We've run similar campaigns for company and thought you might be interested. I will also tell you if they're B2B or B2C, make sure to output the most relevant numbers to each and make sure to only output one statistic so as not to confuse the person receiving the email. Here's the list of companies and benefits they got. Case study 1, case study 2, case study 3. Obviously, you fill this in. Only output one line. Make sure to output numbers. The company has to be the same. Here's the company. So this is a longer prompt. So the longer the prompt, the more inaccurate it can be. I have something at the end showcasing how to make AI models more accurate. So there's a few things I'll have to do with this to make sure this is actually accurate because this prompting AI like this will probably break it. I'm gonna be honest. That's it, like even reading that is a little confusing. Awesome. So you determine industry. This is another one. Very simple. You can definitely do this. It says 6, but if you're 4 years old, you should be okay. I'm kidding. But the idea behind this prompt is to make the email more relevant to the prospect. You notice a lot of what I did is just relevance because relevance equals research. Research equals perceived likelihood of achievement. So instead of saying, saw you were in the finance industry, you say, saw you worked in the payment processing industry. It's a small, subtle change, but it's effective because most people will say finance is a broad level overview. So this is, again, another really simple one, but very effective. You'll need to scrape your page with the methods from before, make a summary, then use this prompt. Your job is to take the description and output the specific industry in 1 to 2 words. Never end with the word industry, have it all in lowercase. It has to fit into this sentence. We're currently working on X for the industry, like type industry. So it depends on whatever you're doing, substitute it in. So example output finance, example output food and beverage, description, like company description, you just put it in. So very simply, you just fit it in, right? Use that prompt, tweak it around. Analogy at the end. I got this off Eric Nowelski. I can't say that name, but he's a G. But got this off Eric. He's a legend of the game. This idea is to put a little piece into the email that makes it look more human at the end. It's also a pattern interrupt. You don't see it every day. It looks something like this. The same way company helps clients build effective financial strategies, we help companies gain visibility. This is the one I use for the PR one. You'll need to scrape your page with the methods from before. With the site data, ask GBD to make a summary of it. You then use this prompt. You're the CEO of an agency that is able to offer, so get them on the front page of any publication, let's say. I'm going to provide you with the summary of another company, and you need to write an analogy in under 15 words that goes like this. The same way company helps customers value proposition, we help companies value prop. Summary, and then you put in the summary. Make sure to format the company name properly in 1 to 2 words. Make the text look natural. Have no brackets in the output. Make sure to use this company name, formatted company name. Because sometimes if you just give them the summary, they'll use the wrong name for the output. Woo! I think we're coming on the last one. And we've been going through this for a bit. I'm not sure how long this video is, but hopefully you're enjoying. So this is the PS line. This is levels 5 to 7. I'm going to be honest. This is one of my favorites right now. I've been tweaking around with this, and it cooks, right? It's so good. So this is a PS line at the bottom of the email is so underutilized in general. If you personalize it, all it does is it adds that extra touch to make it more human. Simple things like, PS, my friend was looking at product or service and recommended it again. PS, saw how you helped case study, pretty cool. PS, I was looking around for product service for a friend and came across. Let me just mute this. Turn all notifications off for Slack. PS, I was looking around for product service for a friend and came across company name. PS, saw your post in about X. So it's just one of these kind of things. This ties in nicely with all the AI points you've developed earlier. I won't make steps for this because you've made it this far. And if you've made it this far, then it's going to be time for you to experiment and actually learn how to do some of the things I'm saying. My goal is to just let you know what's possible in this sort of realm, and you need to go do it yourself. So don't leave yet. We're nearing the end, and this is just my very shameless way of getting you to like me more, so I hope you're enjoying. And there's just a few more things I gotta run through before I let you go. So the secret to prompting with AI. So you can do this if you're a 4 or 5. Just make sure that you've used the laptop before. Everyone seems to have the secret sauce for working with AI these days. I'll just tell you what's worked for me. When prompting AI, you need to iterate. There's never been one time I've prompted correctly first try, but this is like basic knowledge. There's one thing I do that makes outputs more accurate, and if this works for you, happy days. And that's giving examples. If you noticed in the past prompts, I've always specified a specific output I want. I'm going to provide you with the site content of a business. Your goal is to find out who they help and how they help them with unique mechanism and save time, money, or help them make more money. It should fit into this sequence, under 20 words. So, saw you helped people/company, mission of what they do by mechanism, and wanted to reach out. Here's the summary. Doing this will 2 to 3 extra output accuracy, and I can almost guarantee that. There's actually a more efficient way of doing this. There's a thing called Assistance API that lets you provide examples without affecting the context window of the prompt. This is important because the longer the context window, the more inaccurate the model. So this is what it looks like in code. So, GPT-4 Mini, systems, you are a helpful assistant. User, I'm going to provide you with this. I'm not going to go through this because it's the same as before. And then you obviously, this is an example you're giving it of a different, this is an input of what it should go in. And what happens is you give it a pretend output. So this is an output that it's basically looking at and seeing, this is what you want me to model. And then what you do is you just give it the input, and then it'll take this output and model this output based off this. This is a bit more like tech side, and you gotta work around some stuff. But definitely, if this is something you do or you want to do, experiment with it. See if this is something you want to poke your dip your toe into. So you can do the assistance call as many times as you like. It'll just cost more. I can almost guarantee that. Okay. Yeah. So by that, you are now a certified AI wizard, right? You have literally seen everything, right? The promise was if you didn't learn something from this, I'd pay you. I'm going to assume you did learn a thing or two from this to make money. Your job is to now take this and go make money with it. More docs that will make you money. These are listed below if you're going through on the doc. They'll also be in the description. There's just more stuff I've done that I think might help you make more money is the only reason I'm putting this in. And just one last thing. If you're a digital marketing agency or a B2B business doing a minimum of 20K per month and you don't want to do everything you've just seen yourself, and you want to send personalized emails at scale to people that would benefit from your service, book a call below. If not, have a great day. And I'll have an X also that you can look at. I think it's at Yakliam or something, and I stay up to date on that. And also subscribe. There's going to be more of this stuff on this channel. So enjoy and goodbye.